One of the first things I would like to show you is the import, the new import we made, which is an Excel type of import. So let's go ahead and look at it as stock items, although it's been implemented on many levels. When we do an export, we will actually get the data that has been filtered out previously on the stock item stock edit. So what we can do now is we can copy a stock item and just create a new one, or of course change the old ones by adding some text. Um, Now one of the things it can do is check actually if it has wrong values. So let's suppose we by accident put an A into quantity on hand and we would do an import check. It would highlight the field red stating that it's a wrong value here, so we can correct it. So let's make it 0. Another thing it does is actually it has a conversion algorithm to allow you to at least put in default values when there's none, or handle a conversion. So the basic conversion would be something like name is value, where you would convert A to B, or B to C, or whatever incoming value to another value. I think one of the more powerful ones is probably report man evaluate, where the incoming data would be M data. In report pen you can use semicolon to state another line. You can actually program a little bit in that, and we have made a few variables available. Let's see, which ones. Yes, so we've got the m.x1, m.x2, and we've got some current date time stamps. So these are all values you can actually access through the report man conversion. For instance, this one would say something like, if the data is empty, then make it hello, and otherwise just put in the old data. So let's take a look at that, where we would delete the AAA from this thing and do an import check. As you can see, it highlights yellow as it states it's replaced it for another value in its in its settings. Now, of course, if we do an import check again, it's not going to be yellow because it's not going to replace hello. So that is a very nice feature, I think, to get at least valid data in. Okay, so let's do an import. Voila. Now these definitions get saved over here. You can add more profiles to the import. Yeah, to the import settings. There's things like you can import all, or just new, or just update the existing. So all those algorithms are in there. Then let's see, is there? Yes, you can of course save your examples or files as a Excel sheet, and this is a full Excel component, so it also allows you to add sheets and to do some form of logic where you would update this sheet with your Excel logic. So yeah, it's pretty much the basics of the import, and so it's accessible at batch entry level. It's accessible at let's go here. Oh, that's the wrong button. Groups. So every group you have the Excel import or export. Now I can even do the coloring in there. So let's take a look at the export here. Now you can give HTML colors back, so you have the back color and front color of the group, and you can of course add the description of any group, and it's a nested group interface. So let's take a look at the nested group here. Maybe do we have one? There. Yeah. Well, let's make one. Sorry. Yeah. So export. As you can see, the nested syntax is an @ sign, where you would be able to show which that a group belongs to a subgroup. So then the accessibility for debtors, creditors, and accounts is through yes, input. Now you have the button here, and it reacts on one of these three. So it can't handle documents, of course, because that's not a single entity. But accounts, when we press here and we press export, we will get all the accounts, and we can change the groups and all the data that's in accounts. And when we go to debtors or creditors, we can then see all our debtors and creditors. And of course the last one is stock, which we already had, which is the same interface then as button here. Alright, next video.